Good start. Good start. Hey guys, what's up? I was indeed muted. Hey guys, I ended up playing. I did a pretty poor job on Twitter, I guess. I didn't even end up posting my deck. I guess that's kind of not, after going 2-6 or whatever in the PT. I ended up playing I ended up playing Explorer. Oh, I'm in the draft. Good, I'm still in the draft. I'll finish my draft match. I'll play some standard after. Yeah, I'll play some standard. I'll finish that draft match another time. You guys don't care about stupid drafts, do you? Yeah, I ended up playing White Green Explorer, so like passed up Discovery, Wildgrass Walker deck. Just thought White Green and Black Green would be the two most played deck, and it was doing really good against these decks in testing. And it was not great against the Drake deck, but my teammate actually ended up beating the Drake deck 4 times out of 4 and going 1-2 against White Tweenie. So, and I went 0-1 against White Tweenie, so it's kind of weird. So yeah, I mean the big problem was the draft. Basically I don't know what happened. It was a combination of me missing half of the limited meeting with the rest of the team to attend the Hall of Fame ceremony. I had poor planning too. We should have just, I don't know why we didn't just do the meeting before that. It was me not being, having played with Chamber Sentry much and underrating Chamber Sentry as a first back. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I opened a pack with 3 best cards were Chamber Sentry, Crackling Drake, Dimir Spybug, and there was also an Artful Takedown, I think. Maybe best card number 4. And for some reason I took the Dimir Spybug. I mean, the reason is blue-black's the best, and I guess I took a gamble. And, hey Varus, man, thanks for the cheer, bud, 500 bits. Yeah, I took the Spybug. I think it's a really bad pick. I think it's probably the 3rd best card in the pack after Drake and after Sentry. I think I just take Sentry there, pretty straightforward first pick. And, to make things worse, I think if I take the Sentry, I probably end up in some kind of white-green or black-green-white deck. And then I open Trostani pack 2, which I passed to my right and which I lost to in round 1. Hey. And then I opened Venerated Loxodon pack 3, which I passed to my left, which I did not lose to, but I mean, just as bad. I don't know, it was, I mean, my blue-black deck was not the worst ever, but it was pretty bad. And then once you're 0-3, like, it's kind of tough. Yeah. Yeah, anyone who had me in their fantasy team, I apologize. That was not great. Alright, I was hoping for an obsession here, but I guess I'll have to keep chart course. Thanks, Mir. 14 months in a row. Definitely mono blue at the PT now. Given the pairings I got, let's see, what did I play against? Played against Boros Angel twice. I played a White-Green Explorer. I played against Boros Angel twice, and it's a matchup we hadn't tested much, and it is really bad for the White-Green Explorer deck. I played against Mono Blue-White once, which is probably really bad for us as well, but he got kind of bad draws and I won. think I just played Jin here. Handsome Tom and Ryu, geez. This is gonna be a like yellow hat stream, I guess. Literally just all the resubs for a week. Longfo, thanks for joining the sewer, buddy. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it. And Ryu and Hansentum, welcome back, guys. So, I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah. I was saying I got some bad matchups with my white green explore deck, and then when I got my good matchup, I still lost anyways. So it was kind of a disaster. Just mistakes were made. I think white green explorer was a pretty good deck choice, but our sideboard was a bit off too. I wrote about it for Channel Firewall. Should be up pretty soon, I'm sure. And yeah, as I was saying, I played the white green explorer at the PT. I don't know why I didn't tweet about it after the PT. I guess I was kind of off it. I don't think the deck is super good. I think it's fine. I played just Path of Discoveries. I just didn't think that. So what happened? So after the GP, I felt like the blue deck was probably not the greatest. I played the league with it. Didn't feel so good. Whenever I got paired against it, it didn't feel so good. I was beating it. I feel like once you know how to play against the deck gets much worse. But there was a group of French players who played it and did it really well. The one guy went 10-0. I don't know what their overall record was. Obviously, when you have one player that goes 10-0, you know their overall record was probably pretty good. So yeah, maybe I underestimated the deck. Maybe I overestimated you know, the PT players. Maybe they didn't play as good as I thought they would against the deck. So not too sure. Hey, Kind Dad, thanks for the resub, buddy. Appreciate it. So, yeah, so what happened? So I started playing the blue deck. It felt bad. I kind of ditched it pretty fast. You know, you only have like 10 days after the GP, basically. You have to make choices. You have to make educated guesses, I guess. And I said it was no good. I moved on to White Weenie, which was the other deck I was considering for the GP, and I started winning a lot. I basically, I don't know, I felt like I went 4-0-4-1 in every league was White Weenie. I was super excited about it. You know, I was kind of happy to, I was like, okay, I'm down to play a control deck at the PT. And then come Sunday, the Mox results have the top 32. I don't know if it was half 17. Basically, it was all White Weenie. So I'm like, well, that kind of sucks. Looks like, you know, now white Winnie, if people, you know, are not oblivious, should have a huge target on its back. So that's not something you want going into the PT. And so that was Sunday. Kept playing the deck. Got in Atlanta on Monday. Played some more. White Winnie was still looking good. The rest of the team was liking it. Basically on Tuesday night, it was everyone but... well, let me figure out my last sideboard card. One Sleep is like okay. Maybe if you have Surge Mare Sleep, it's kind of a non-bow in some ways. Maybe One Spell Pierce is okay. So yeah, our testing group was my team, face-to-face games, and then we had Pascal Menard, we had Ted Felicetti, it was his first PT, he was like a friend of our team. And then Devin Kopka, or Kopke. So it was like 9 of us roughly. Noob, I guess. Thanks for the sub, buddy. Appreciate the support. Thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Is there a chance to build a Walls deck with Orcades? Probably not a good one. So yeah, so we're all on white red. Like Menard is on Phoenix deck because he's been playing the Is It Drake deck a lot, doing well with it. Ted Felicetti is on that white green Explore deck. Pete Ingram's like he kind of wants to play black green, but he's not doing, you know, the best. And the rest of the team's kind of on board with the white Winnie / red deck. Then come Wednesday, and we literally like, that was bad. We couldn't win a match anymore. It was pretty disheartening. Basically, Menard added white for Clarion to his Is It Drake decks, and while we didn't expect it, you know, people to do that and to mostly play the blue-red version, we're like, you know, it seems pretty good against white. If we figure it out, maybe other people figure it out. You know, we were losing to that white-green Explore deck. So... Yeah, I'm sorry. The goal was to entertain you from the PT, right? But that didn't go so well. It's like the GP high got sloppy. So yeah, that white green Explore deck, while it's like kind of niche, it's not. I mean, it's been out there, you know. It's been online, so there are maybe people figure that's good against white and black green and play that deck. And then we're losing to Pete's version of black green. I think he had 4 Druid of the Cowl and 4 Finality main deck, which was rough. Game 1 was still okay, but I don't know. I was playing matches against him and I was getting games, but I was not winning matches. And then we tweaked Jeskai control a bit, made it a bit cheaper and leaner, and what was like kind of a good matchup for Jeskai control kind of turned into a medium matchup, or a good matchup for white Winnie red against Jeskai was now not so good, like 50-50. It was funny actually, there was a set of games at some point where like went even was just I controlled white weenie, but I felt I was getting kind of mana screwed. And I laid out the deck and I was playing like 20. I was missing Clifftop Retreat basically. I think I was playing 22 lands. Anyway, so we were losing it all with white weenie. And I don't know, I guess we just... this is going to be bad against Fine Finality, but it means he'll have one card left in hand and no board, so... You just have to play it, because if you sit on counterspells, then you just lose to Carnage Tyrant. So yeah, we got cold feet, I guess. Given the PT results, I think we were right, I think white weenie actually didn't do so great, despite the 6 white weenie decks in the top 8. For those of you who only saw the results, white weenie I don't think did so good. He only had 4. It was like what, a third of the field, and out of the 22 decks that got 8 wins or more, it was only like 4 white weenie decks. So it was just like kind of absurd variance that there was so many white weenie decks in the top 8. So I mean, had the metagame right, had white weenie and black green first. That was the case. Yeah, maybe I was right about... I felt like that blue deck was an underdog to the white decks. If the white decks were played properly, I talked to the Frenchies who played the deck of it. They seemed to think, they had a good matchup against white. They said they played 120 games. So... I'm not sure. Alright, I got there. He's at 6. What did I play? Yeah, I played White Green Explorer. Path to Discovery, Wild Gross Walker. Seemed like playing 4 Wild Gross Walker main deck was pretty smart this weekend. I mean, I think a lot of the black-green players wish they had played a 4 Walker main. I think Lily did in her black-green deck, and she did pretty well. I was talking to Ultimate Guard, Reed, etc. They wish they had more walkers in their main deck. So I had 4 dive downs in the main. I said I had 4 of the best card in standard. I just decided Lanner Elf was the best card in standard, but that was wrong. I was just memeing. Why do I have Karn in my sideboard? I just took the list of the guy who went 10-0. Not sure why they have a Karn in the sideboard. Karn's good magic cards, and like attacks from a different angle. When people bring a lot of removal against you and you drop a Karn, that's can be pretty good. This is kind of a close one. Hey Justin. Did I hear any opinions from Brad Nelson on his list? Not from Brad, but he tested was Reed and Owen and Huey. They all played the black-green deck. They did pretty mediocre. They crushed drafts. And they had like maybe 60% win rate was their black-green deck, maybe less. Huey didn't make day 2. So I don't think they were very happy with their constructed deck. I think they had like 50% win rate as a team in constructed. This is kind of an interesting one. Login decisions are kind of tough with this deck. Did anybody else do good with mono blue? I think the French guys were pretty happy overall with their deck. What do you think of these two? I think it's really interesting. I want to know what touch level 0-1 would be. I found a good control deck that plays Karn. Karn's pretty good in black-green mid-range. Seth Manfield played a homebrew. He played kind of a white-green mid-range deck, basically black-green, except you replace some of the black cards with white cards. Metagame map I drawn for PT Jaren. Level 0 Drake, level 1 Weenie White. I had level 0 as Weenie White. I thought Weenie White was the deck to beat after the Mox result. I was doing really well with it online. The Mox result confirmed it. So what does that mean? Uh-oh, mirror match. Bobby just lost. Thanks for the sub, buddy. Welcome back. Or welcome. I think welcome back. I feel like you've said before in Jarvis. Thanks for the 69 share emote. Got a money draft in was Jarvis this weekend. Were you on my team or were you on the other team? You're on my team. I think Jarvis carried me. I think he went 2-1. Maybe we all went 2-1. I don't remember. Let's see. Jeskai control beats White Weenie. Well, you can beat it to beat White Weenie. It beats Black Red. It beats Red, and it loses to Drake. Yeah, that's accurate. I think Jeskai control, you have a decent Drake matchup game 1, and then when you have Niv and Dive Down, it becomes really rough. White Weenie beats Drake, loses to Jeskai and Black Green. I think White Weenie against Black Green is pretty close. Depends on the Black Green list. And it loses to Red. I think that's accurate as well. So the White Weenie versus Red matchup was kind of a problem for us because I was playing in leagues and I felt like it was my worst matchup. I was kind of losing to the mono red deck. Game 1 was pretty close, and when they brought in all the removal after sideboard, it was rough. I actually considered adding Ixalan's Binding to my sideboard mostly for that matchup. But then my teammates were like, oh, we played some White Weenie against Red and we crushed it. But I think it was super small sample that probably ran good or something. So that kind of was put a wrench in my... Because I was kind of assume they seemed pretty confident. But yeah, I think this is correct. Black Green beats Red is... I don't know, man. You need to test them. I guess Black Green beats... So basically the Black Green versus Red matchup... If you know that the red deck's going to bring in all the removal package, you need to sideboard. So the initial instinct when you're playing Black Green against Red is like, oh, I need to bring in all the cheap stuff. I want to get ran over, and if I get to the late game, I win. But the way they sideboard, the way the GP Etienne, the GP winner, was sideboarding, and the way most people were sideboarding is that you just bring in treasure maps and you have Frenzy already and you have all the removal and you just win the long game. So if the Black-Green players levels the red player and sides accordingly, that means you want to not have too many cheap cards. That means you want, leave in some Carnage Tyrant so you actually kill them because you actually don't want to play the late game. All that stuff. I think maybe bring in all the duress. Then I think you do okay as the Black Green deck. Beats White, I think that's close. Black Green loses to Drake. Yeah, Black Green's really bad against Drake, and there's not much you can do about it, honestly. There's no sideboard cards, there's nothing. Sultai for life. Man, Sultai for life. I don't know if anyone told you, but you won top prize. You won first pick in the raffle the other day. I'm glad you didn't just hit and run, just stay for the raffle and then don't ditch the sub as soon as you win. So what do you want, man? You get to pick between Yellow Hat Jersey, my GP deck, the physical copy of my second place finishing GP deck, and my draft decks from last year. Yeah, that's it. Shelly, you were in the drawing, Shelly. Don't worry. You didn't have to be there to not be in the drawing. You just didn't win. So Well-Wisher says, my team had no issues beating red was black-green. Yeah, I agree. Hair's gorgeous today. What are you at? 13, F2 dive down. It's kind of, did I use a dive down just to save my guy? Oh, why didn't I do it in response? I was like, wow. That was dumb. Alright, I'm not gonna save my 1-1, whatever. Thanks, Tim. Thanks for the resub, buddy. Are there any expensive card in draft deck from last year? I think Vraska's Contempt is probably the most valuable card, but nothing crazy. Yeah, the new sub-song is great, but it's also kind of long. So far I agree with his assessment. No, what did I agree? Black-green against white-queen is very close. Loses to Drake, loses to Jeskai. Yeah, I was saying black-green loses to Drake, and there's not much you can do about it. Probably same for the Jeskai matchup. There's not too much you can do about it. Drake beats black-green and beats Jeskai. Drake loses to red. Drake against red is a matchup I'm not familiar with. Alright, I had red crushing. I guess the double one means red is crushing white-queen. Well, I agree with his thingy. Let's see. So yeah. So I thought White Weenie and its variants would be the most played deck, which I think was correct. I thought Black Green. I didn't think Black Green was great, but I felt like people would still like play it, default to it. You know, I didn't play a lot of Black Green. I figured maybe people would find a good sideboard plans and stuff to make the deck decent in most matchups. And then after that, what did we have? I mean, our five top decks were White, Black, Green, Drake, Jeskai Control, and then White Green tokens, I guess, like the version that the like Imara version, Imara Saproling, which honestly seems like we were spot on, because that might be like the sleeper deck, honestly. If you look at the results, I think the Japanese played the deck, some of the Japanese players played the deck, and 2 of them went 8-0. I think it's the exact same 75. Vanguard, Imara, kind of, yeah. So we were dead on for the metagame. We actually did, so on Tuesday night, we tried to do our predicted metagame. And then we tried to assign percentages for each matchup. And given our chart, or whatever, it's not really a chart, but you know, if you did the math, if you pondered win rates was how much we expected each deck to be played. According to our map, the correct pick was Jeskai Control. Jeskai Control was the deck that theoretically, you know, given our loose estimations, had the best win rate overall. So I kind of wish I had more time to play Jeskai Control. So that was kind of unfortunate, I guess. Hey, King Art, yeah. I didn't have much to do with luck. It was... I got unlucky in the draft, but my first pick was unacceptable, and it snowballed out of control. So basically, yeah, I took that Spy Bug over better cards, which I shouldn't have. And I looked past another Spy Bug pack too. But it turns out the guy first picked Connive Concoct, so I kind of got Yellow Hat hooked. And yeah, things didn't go well. But... Basically, I got max punished, you know. Sometimes you make mistakes and you don't get punished, and sometimes you pay the price. Yeah. In some ways, I feel like one first pick just ruined my PT, which is... Maybe I could have gotten away from it. Sultai for Life said, it's a tough choice. I love the mono blue deck, but I'm going to pick the jersey. Thanks a ton for the giveaway and have the best. Okay, awesome, man. Well, if you want to PM me with your address... It's actually cool that you picked the jersey, because I know... So you picked the jersey. I think... Who was the second pick? Was it Blind Nabbler? Or I think it's Swodge11. Swodge11 had second pick. Or was it Wolftree? Maybe it was Wolftree. I know Wolftree, I think, wanted the draft decks. Which means Blind Nabbler, our Olympic swimmer, who had third pick, he wanted the deck. So he's going to be happy about that. And I guess that means Swatch gets the jersey. Hopefully he's happy with. Lily says you knew at least 2 people were going to be black-green. I don't know. I think Jeskai... I thought you might play Jeskai Control, but... Don't tank my draft team next time. Yeah, that's what I was going for. And he probably has another Trickster. That'd be too good to be true. I don't know why I played my land first. Wow, got there. Beat the obsession draw. You were gonna play Jeskai Controller. What was your record, Lily? 7-3? Let's see. I don't even know what you go by. What's your... that awkward moment when you don't even know someone's name? You went 6-3-1? Why can't I think of like... Oh, Autumn. Autumn, yeah, okay. I was like, Lily? Damn online handles. Burchett, yeah. Oh, that was awkward. Anyways. How'd you do, Churchill? Is that you? Andrade Genti? So yeah, I wish... So basically what happened was Jeskai Control is that Ely, Cassis, and Edgar came first and ninth, but then they said they didn't love it after playing the deck some more after the GP. And I think they just like... Spell Pierce really good. Exclusion Mage decent. Maybe Snare just for... Obsession is already scary in the mirror match. I think Sleep's probably bad. They didn't try and adapt the deck. They just jammed Ely's GP list some more. And they didn't love the feel of it, so we kind of ditched the deck. Which was, you know, maybe a mistake. I wonder if Workout's any good. I mean, it lets you attack through Tempest Gen, but I'm not sure it's that great. I don't think you want to tap out. I think Essence Scatter might be good. Maybe board out one Herald? Seems reasonable. I really want you to look at my black-greenness. You can put it on blast for not playing Lantern Elf. No, I think not playing Lantern Elf might have been decent, actually. If it means you make space for I mean, you gotta make place for these 4 walkers. That was clever. Now, honestly, I think your list looks pretty good. I don't understand Impulse. Impulse in 23 lands seems really loose to me. I'm guessing you got mana screwed a bunch. Impulse plus Explore seems really bad. I don't like that part. But maybe it played out. Maybe it played out fine. I don't know. How do you do? Impulse is to help find Wildgrass Walker and smooth out draws. I was really happy with him. Alright, nice. I'm gotta find the detection tower too. Guess I'll go Sigo. Can we update the deck list? But of course we can. Conde said what to play at Milwaukee this weekend. Everything is bad. Yeah, dude, I'm glad I don't have to play the GP. I'm not sure if everything is bad, but I literally wouldn't know what to play. If I had to play the PT tomorrow, like even knowing what people played at the PT, like if I had that superpower to go back in time and pick a deck for the PT, I'm not sure I would know what to play. It's just, I feel like every day. That's why I struggle so much. I literally picked my deck. I made up my mind 10 minutes before deck lists were due. It was not ideal. I would try some kind of. I would try that white green tokens deck. I think the Japanese list that both players at 8-2. Why did I play Siren on turn 1? Because I had Spell Pierce, and I was really worried about Curious Obsession. I think I just lose. Do I even want to play Trickster? I'll just save it. I don't think this matchup... I mean, sometimes it's about being aggro, but... Seems like this game is just about... It's probably going to come down to, like, who can outplay who can stick... who can maybe stick an Obsession. I'm not sure why they're not attacking with Trickster, though. I guess I will play. I have 2 Trickster. I will play 1. Detection Tower for the Mirror. I'm assuming so. Extra land in the Mirror is nice. The Mirror... There are some matchups where you can miss land drops with black-green. But, yeah, the Mirror match. You do not want to miss a land drop in the Mirror match. So it's kind of double duty. The CFV people asked the question, thought a well-tuned Jeskai would be the best choice. Yeah, I mean, I agree, but... and that's... I think I was talking about that. That's the one regret I have. I think as a team, it's the biggest regret we can have is that we didn't work more on Jeskai control. I'm not going to say go. I don't want to run Tempest Jinn and Counterspell. I'm just going to play Trickster, maybe force him to tap out. Maybe I can get value out of my Spell Pierce. It's hard, though. He's drawing a lot of lands. But, I don't know. Tuning a control deck's not the easiest, honestly. Does that mean Standard is great? I think it doesn't necessarily mean standard is great. I think standard is great if the games are fun. But it seems like the games are pretty fun and there's a lot of decks. So yeah, it does seem like, what would I pick in hindsight? I really like Magnus Lanto's white-red list. He was the player who did the best with the deck, and I think his list is good and makes a lot of sense. I don't know, it's tough. He was a big fan of Venerated Loxodon in the white-red deck. I didn't find it to be that great, and it seems like CFB didn't find it to be that great either. So, hey Auntie, welcome back. Let's see. Japanese Grey Queen list was pretty good, but Edondo Vazguard was really bad, and Torn Lieutenant is much better now. Well, if you don't have Vanguard, your matchup against Control's pretty rough. Vanguard's pretty bad in the mirror. It might be bad in the meta, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think Vanguard's still the best 2-drop. Maybe not in white-green. I don't have much experience. Hey Sauce, the bad beats, the jinx, yeah. Good job jinxing yourself. Sauce was 7-0 in the Modern PDQ this weekend, and he is kind of parading on Twitter. I thought it was 8 rounds, jeez. Looks like, I mean, they just drew 8 lands. Pretty hard to win the game. Maybe I just played on Trickster? Usually I play it on Jin, but I don't know. Hopefully that's not a mistake. Let's see. I'll find you I'll finish this guy off. Alright, doesn't look like he has Trickster in hand. I guess there's no reason to attack with Siren. Thought my teammate went thought my teammate went 6 and 4 with the white green deck. Let's see what Explorer lists. Oh, maybe there's no search option in the anyways. Yeah. I only had free path to discoveries in my white green deck. The like weird cards in the white green deck we played were, well, not weird, but we had free Bindings main and we were playing free Druid of the Cowl. And then we had Fortress Tawny, 4 March, free path, 4 Branchwalkers, 4 Jade Light Rangers, 4 Llanowar Elves, 4 Wildgrass Walker, a couple Immortal Suns. Also, give me my sword back. I knocked Bram out. It's funny, I actually beat Thomas Bram at the PT. I knocked him out of the tournament. So I don't know if you're referring to that or if it was a coincidence, Smurf Dog, but that's kind of spooky. Did I get better internet now? No. The electrician comes tomorrow, and then I need to make an appointment with the company. So hopefully by the end of the week. What was your final standard record? So I was 0-3 in the draft, so honestly my standard record doesn't mean much. I went 0-3 in the draft. in Constructed, I played White Green Explorer. I got paired against Boros Angel round 1 or round 4. I got beaten badly. It's a matchup my friend hadn't tested much. I basically picked up the deck without having to play the game before the tournament, but it was, you know, it's a pretty straightforward deck to play, and I played against it a bunch. And Boros Angel is a really bad matchup. Not only do they have Honor Guard main, which like completely crushes you. I mean, you have Binding, but they have their own Binding. And the problem is their Angel plan trumps your Tokens plan, meaning that if they get Resplendent Angel and a Lyra, and you get like your sick Wildgrowth Walker, Path to Discovery, Trostani March draw, they're still going to beat you badly. So that's a big problem. Gets a bit better after Sideboard. We get like some more removal and some Vivian Reads, but so that kind of sucked. And then I got paired against Thomas Brahm. Yeah, it's kind of funny actually. Thomas Brahm, for those of you who don't know, is the guy who split with Oliver Tew in the finals of a GP and hasn't paid him yet. So we're playing. He's actually playing Mono Blue, which is probably a really bad matchup for me. I don't even have Knight of Autumn in my sideboard, which is a good answer to Curse Obsession. And I'd bring it up. I was like, oh, you're the guy who had some beef with Oliver Tew. I was trying to bring it up nicely. And he's like, yeah, but it's been settled now. He kind of brought it a bit fast to Twitter. So I beat him in a close match. And I go see Oliver Tew after. I tell him I beat him. And I'm like, oh, at least he paid you. He's like, nope, he didn't. He still owes me half or whatever. So dude just lied to my face, saying he had settled the debt. Anyways. So I beat him. I probably got very lucky. He never had Obsession on turn 2. And then I get paired against White Weenie Splash Shred. Game 1, I think I mulligan and miss my second land draw. I don't know. Game 1, I draw really poorly. Game 2, I draw well, and he draws like poorly. And then game 3, he mulligans, I mulligan, he mulligans to 5. I get to keep 6. But my opening hand is like all mana. It's like Druid, Wildgrowth Walker, Branch Walker, 3 lands. I think something like that. I scry March of the Multitude to the top, which is pretty good. And then I think and then he goes Honor Guard turn 2, which shuts down most of my hand. And I think for the rest of the game, I didn't draw a relevant card. I draw either an Elf or an Explorer Dude or a land for like 10 turns. He finally like alphas with everything. I don't have my 1 settle in hand, so I take 1 million damage. I have to chomp a bunch. And no, I guess he went 5-5 with the deck. He went 4-2 in draft and 5-5, so I'm not gonna find his list. Alright, looks like we're stuck. So he makes that huge alpha with like 10 creatures, like, well, I hope you don't have settle. And then my next draw step was settle the wreckage. I only had 1 in my sideboard, but if I had drawn my settle 1 turn earlier, maybe I win. So next turn, he, for no reason, he attacks with all his guys again, except 2, when all he had to do was send like a couple dudes, and then I settle him. So now, like, if I get I'm still in really bad shape, but if I draw like a Lyra right away, I can win. I draw a brick, and then he just draws Experimental Frenzy, and oh, fuck. That's not what I meant to do, but alright, I'm 2-0 in that draft. I guess I'll finish the draft. I have a pretty good blue-red deck. So that was my tournament, and then I got paired against Boros Angel 1 more time. I got crushed again. And then the last round, I played against Grixis Control. It was funny. I played it. He was from Denmark, and he had qualified by making top 8 GP Birmingham with a Grixis or Czech pile without green. He said. He had no buys. He's like, all he does is play Legacy and like a bit of Commander and stuff. And apparently it was his first sanctioned tournament. First sanctioned standard tournament and first sanctioned draft tournament. So, yeah, kind of hard to do good when you're a pure Legacy player at a standard draft PT. But he was super cool. Hook them, boys. Hook them right on in. Year and a half hits control. Thanks, bud. And I guess this is worth 6 damage. Velocity. I don't get the counter, but I almost wish I could just give him haste, not the +1/+1. So what was babbling about? Oh yeah. So I beat him, close match, but I gave him the win for the Planeswalker points, I guess. I don't know if... Apparently, I don't know how the Planeswalker points work. He didn't know how they work, but I figured I don't need the win. I guess I kind of tanked my ELO ratings by giving him the win, but who cares about ELO rating? So my final record was 2-3, but I mean it's 5 rounds. The deck didn't feel good, but I kind of drew like garbage all day. Saltai says, "Have you ever beaten the card Niv Mizzet?" Yes, maybe. Not sure. Niv's a pretty good card. Oh, that sucks. I guess my hand's pretty good. There's nothing I really want to discard. Might not even be worth the 6 damage. It probably is. Anyways. So if you're playing the mono blue deck, the way I was talking to Dajan, he was saying against Niv Mizzet decks, they just bring in all their exclusion mage, because that's something you can do when you know what the meta is like. You know people are going to have 2 or 3 Niv against you because it's great, so you just bringing exclusion mage against the control deck, you know? But yeah, I mean, I beat it in the GP. It was just too little, too late. The guy played it. My winning in around 15. He played a Niv, but it was at the Trickster. Ew, Whisper Agent. Man, I needed a land. One would have been pretty good. I don't know if I have a cheap removal in my deck. I doubt it. How close are we to fiber? I would say less than a week. Did you have a bunch of Baffling Lands in the sideboard for Honor Guard? That's what I'm seeing most of the green-white explorers do. Not sure if there's anything better we can do. So yeah, we had 2 Baffling Lands. We had a plan where we boarded out Path, because we brought in some removal for Honor Guard, but we also hedged against Honor Guard, and we brought in 2 Lyra, 2 Baffling Land, 2 Shalai, a Settle the Wreckage, a Seal Away. So yeah, we were ready for it. But I don't know. As I said, our record combined against the white decks was 1-3. But I mean, I tested that. I played Ted a ton. I was playing the white deck. I don't think I was playing especially bad, and he was playing his white-green deck, and I got a game here and there, but I almost never won a match. Wow, that was brutal. So, I don't know. I don't know if it was variance or probably just variance. Hey, Holy Diva. Any good news today, Holy Diva? Holy Diva's in the hospital. Need some good vibes from chat. The Ultrite says, "I'm just happy your one win was versus Bram Thomas." Yeah, that is kind of funny. Chris Cardi says, "Great performance at the PT." Thanks, bud. I agree. I did great. How do I win this game? They have 1 card in hand. They have Sonic Assault. I have a Watcher in the Mist. I guess I just play Watcher and hope they don't have a removal spell. Is Velocity a sorcery? Yeah, it is. Gonna play the blue deck at the PT ref? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm sure people at the GP, people are going to play super poorly, and I think poorly against it. So I think it's a much better GP deck than it is a PT deck. So I think it's definitely a reasonable choice. All right, I think I just block because I know I have another Watcher coming. Do you happen to be going to GP Well, that was like worst case scenario. That was the one thing I was going to say. I was going to say it's only bad if they draw a counterspell, but well, that sucked. I'm not going to GP Liverpool. I actually don't know if I'm going to any live tournaments until the next PT. Oh, Ted. That's my teammate. That's the guy who hooked me into playing White-Green Explorer. I'll make Ted a mod. Should you go to Wisconsin? I don't know. Ask your girlfriend. If she's cool with it, I think you should go. Am I just dead? Oh, that sucks. Velocity, invert. I guess I can invert. Invert to survive a turn. That's kind of funny. If you go out early in the PT, you should push to get some coverage time at the desk. We should love to see your analysis. Yeah, I actually asked Rich Hagan because I didn't make day 2, so it's like, I'm available all of Saturday, and I'd love to be in the booth for a round or on the desk for a bit, but I guess they have a lot of people, and it's kind of probably not the easiest thing to improvise. But yeah, LSV should top 8 more often. It was kind of awesome to have Reed in the booth. Wait, what? It's all creatures? Why is my bodyguard is 1 from that? Yeah. Am I gonna get Yellow Hat merch at any point? I don't know. Maybe I need to redid commentary on on Sunday, because usually it's LSV. But LSV was in top 8, so they just got Reed to replace him. But yeah, it seems like they did a much better job with coverage. They had lots of interviews. Apparently the draft coverage was more focused on the pod and the player going frios. Seems like, I don't know, you guys are probably in a better spot to talk about that stuff than I am, but sounds like they did a great job for this PT. Is the Reedfield retirement real? I think Paul is good at commentary. I don't know, did he tweet about it? He has he got a new job. He changed jobs recently, so maybe his new job doesn't allow him to travel as much. Maybe his wife doesn't want him to travel as much. I don't know. Paul does, he plays some GPs. He does commentary for some GPs. Not sure what his plan is. Bunch of counter spells, bunch of 2-ons. I think I want maybe that Passfall Adept. Looks like opponent has pretty aggressive draw. The Chemistry is inside in my sideboard. So yeah, that's a deck I drafted. I don't know why I'm playing that terrible card. I misclicked. I was trying to queue for my third round of Constructed, and I just queued for my third round of Draft instead. But I'll get back to Constructed after. The only retirement I've heard about is Wheaty Edel saying he's not going to be full-time Pro Magic anymore, but he's still I don't want to say something stupid. Well, he is in the Hall of Fame, right? Yeah. But he still gets a Hall. So I'm sure he'll show up to most PTs, but maybe just won't be as prepared. That's kind of a close one. I think you have to keep though. What are we talking about here? Magical 4 PT top 8s. I'm assuming we're talking about Reed. He doesn't, but he has like a Mox win. He has a bunch of Worlds finishes. Reed's going to get in the Hall of Fame. What book did I just check out? It's those little thingies they give us at the Hall of Fame ceremony. It was like little thing. Then you got all the... they started doing that last year, I think. Pretty cool. They even got a decent picture of me. So, yeah. Reed has community contributions on his side. Yeah, I mean, everyone loves Reed. He's a great role model. I mean, he's going to get into the Hall of Fame, no problem. Do you think Desani is shady, or is it talks he said, she said? I don't know. I had like not the greatest history with Desani on personal. Like we got like, I don't know. I think Desani's just a bit special. I'm not sure he's actually does bad. I don't know, it's tough. I don't know. I think he might just be like maybe a bit socially awkward. And I know I got in, like we're on good terms now, but we were like had some beef over like really stupid stuff. I'm honestly not sure. Maybe it's just a mix of a bit socially awkward or reserved anyways and being kind of clumsy. Like I was actually talking to one of the French head judges this weekend, and we were talking about that stuff, and he was talking to me about Matteo Murray. Matteo Murray is an Italian pro player. I was actually teammate with him in the first year of the team series, and he's got a bad rep. And apparently it just all stems from that one incident. Like, so basically it was a GP in Vegas, and Murray's opponent had a Thought-Knot Seer. Murray killed the Thought-Knot Seer. And then, so, you know, his opponent is supposed to draw. And then Murray, I guess, is supposed to remind him. So Murray was just waiting, you know. So basically what happens is like some time passes. They kind of both wait. And then his opponent just calls the judge. And he's like, Judge, he forgot to remind me to draw a card of Thought-Knot Seer. He's trying to, I don't know. Basically accusing Murray of trying to like cheat him. And Murray was like, I don't know, it was end of turn. I was just waiting for him to draw his card, you know, which makes sense. You know? And then apparently it all stemmed from, maybe that was on camera. And then like, apparently that thing blew out of proportion, and like people kept referring to it like, oh yeah, that one thing that happened when he didn't even do anything bad. And like, so basically that head judge, since that incident, he's been called for, like, Murray's opponents have called the judge on him like 5 or 6 times, or 5 or 6 times he had to like make a ruling. And he said out of the 6 times he got called on one of Murray's like incident, like 0 times Murray did something bad. So sometimes you just get unlucky, I guess. It's like that one thing that he did that was not even bad, people kept it in mind, and then now whenever they play against him, he just did things, so they call the judge. And so it's, I mean, and like, so it's hard. Yeah, that's why I'm like kind of wary now when people take out the pitchforks. All right, I should make a play. gonna say sorry. 5 cards in here. I don't even know what to do. I guess I'll just play it. So, you know, and I was, you know, people are just clumsy. I feel like, I guess there's a lot more triggers than there used to be in Magic, maybe. And it's easier to miss something. So, like, I mean, from someone who's like a bit sloppy, just realizing, you know, I've had like, I was telling Kevin, I was telling the head judge, I was like, there was that one PT where if my opponent had called the judge every time I made a game rule violation, it would have looked so bad. I don't know, maybe I had like 10 games rule violation in one PT, but it was always like, maybe not 10, but a lot. And it was always spots where, you know, it wasn't like a big deal. You know, it wasn't like I was playing like a second land that I needed to cast my spell. It was like super minor stuff, but I was like just being super clumsy. And if you had watched me play the entire PT, you would be like, wow, this guy's just pulling all this. So I tried to be like a bit more conservative with judgments and stuff. So I don't know the details about all of Desani's infractions and stuff, basically. And, you know, I think it's probably good to give people benefit of the doubt in these spots. Unless it's like, you know, you have definite proof. Oh yeah, there's nothing people love more than jumping on the hate wagons, like the catching cheaters and stuff. It's like people just love that shit. Double Fried says, I heard Desani's DQ ended up being a miscommunication as well. Yeah, something like that. I think it was Simon Nielsen was tweeting about it. Sleep in Simon Nielsen. Blah blah blah. Desani plays clean, people. In the next 3 tweets, I'll try to unravel some misconception. I'm tired of seeing accusation based on lack of knowledge. First up, DQ in 2-5. Oh, the judges have admitted that the DQ was a mistake based on a communication error. Desani got his appearance fee as a result. He's not a rampant cheater who can't turn himself off even at 2-5. Second, the draft pick. I didn't even hear the draft pick story. Mentoring on Vanguard. Yeah, he had never played with Vanguard. I mean, he literally played so what happened is that day 2 he tried to mentor a Vanguard with Aurelia, but as soon as a Vanguard is attacking, he's a free one, so you can't do that. And people are like, wow, savage, but he literally played all of day 1 not knowing Aurelia had mentor. So he just like, I don't know. I mean, if you don't know that Aurelia has mentor, it's pretty likely you don't know like the interaction of Aurelia and because I think even like I heard people say, well, surely that came up in testing at some point that he could Aurelia a Vanguard, and then, you know, it turns out he played all of day 1 without knowing that Aurelia had mentor and never mentoring a creature. So that was like obviously like make no sense. All right, I guess I'm just gonna hit post this all. I don't know if it's correct. Simon Nelson, friend of Matthew Falks and Fabrizio and Terry. Well, I don't know. I don't think that's very fair. He picked pack 1, pick 2 Honor Guard after watching the Mist. Yeah, also like, when I heard about that pick, I thought it was just him, because he had he had health issues during that draft, so I thought he was just like zoning out and kind of like brain shut down when I heard about that pick. Apparently it was just kind of his strat. I also wonder if LSV does that absurd Hollywood act on anybody else. I don't know. I thought the LSV act was, when I heard about it, it's fine. You almost have to do what he did if you're like always using shortcuts, or else you're just giving edge away. If like 100% of the time you just like grab that token, I don't know. It's kind of like in poker, right? The Hollywood, like it's double-edged sword. It can work, but it can also like ring alarm bells, you know. So you got to mix it up a bit. That was kind of cool, though. That was kind of funny, I guess. Not looking great. It's a lot of lands. Do I want to bin that just so I can cast it right away? Probably. Well, that was kind of gas, actually. Me binning that current. I just had Sonic Assault, too. Maybe I should have just used Sonic Assault and then drew the current. Probably close. Yeah, it was really funny that Dizani actually grabbed the token that LSC grabbed, and probably would have been viewed differently if it was done by a less popular player. I don't know. Tough to say, but it's part of the rules. I mean, he didn't do an illegal action. I don't know. It'd definitely be interesting to see what reaction would have been if it was like reversed. If it was Dizani who did that against Luis. But I'm guessing, yeah, there would have been a lot more hate. You gotta admit that Primate Tech was sick. Yeah, we actually had the Primate Tech too. I think it was Eli Cassis who wanted to try it. But so we thought it'd be really good in the mirror and good against Drake, but it's pretty bad in a bunch of other matchups. Like 2-drops are just bad in that deck. No matter how. Why is he tapping this? I guess this guy blocks as well. I'm gonna take a lot of damage if I attack. I guess I have my own Sonic Assault. So problem is 2-drops are just so bad in that deck. Just paying 2 mana for a creature, no matter how good it is pretty miserable. So I mean, they did terrible. Was there not terrible, but Raptor went 0-5. Wow, that's kind of disgusting. Raptor went 0-5 in Standard. Was the same deck. Their deck was not very good. Also, Primate gets worse after Sideboard when people have Baffling End. Yeah, so Dizani, what happened to Dizani is that like he usually doesn't have breakfast in the morning, he told me. And so he didn't have breakfast, but they had to run, I guess, because they were late, and he just had hypoglycemia, I think. So that's why he kind of fainted. They had to call a medic and stuff. He was not feeling good. Yeah. But yeah, obviously the LSV thing is perfectly fine. You just have to like I do the pen trick all the time because you have to kind of, because I you know, when my opponents attack, I like pick up my pen and write down, you know, my life total. So yeah, you kind of have to like bluff it to to balance your range. If you never do it, then people know that when you pick up your pen, you don't have a trick. You know, like, because the classic trick is they'll attack you, you block, and then you pick up your pen, you know, and then, you know, they might assume that, like, you don't have a trick because you're picking up your pen, and then they play their trick, and then you have a trick. So you kind of have, you know, like, what, yeah, it's just defense mechanism, I guess. All right, what's going to happen here? He's down to 2 cards. No more Kazi duplicate. This guy blocks a Cyclops. I don't think I can attack, right? Yeah, I'm just going to play my guy in Sigo. What is the pen trick? It's just when you pick up your pen to write down your life total, like you don't have a trick, and people are like, oh, he's writing, he doesn't have, like, you know, let's say, like, I don't know, in limited, a good one would be like destroy, you know, some kind of divine verdict type of cards. And then your opponent is like, oh, he's picking up his pen, he doesn't have divine verdict, I'm going to play my pump spell. And then you're like, oh, divine verdict. Should I just play bodyguards? I just play flyer in case he has the spell that gives flying, I guess. The mysterious yellow hat sewer was the 1-year sub. Thanks, buddy. I know. I'm just a GP. I'm a GPN boss, but not a PTN boss yet. What do you win? Nothing, buddy. Yeah, you don't pretend to write down life totals, just pick up your pen like you're going to do it. Obviously, if you write down life totals, then that's cheating. Well, not even cheating, it means like you took the damage. Alright. Kind of have it all here. I don't even know what to do. I guess I'll play Chemisters inside, discarding Mesmerist. Or should I have discarded my 2-mana spell? It was probably not great. Hey, Breaky. What's up, buddy? I saw your draft worked out nicely the other day. That was cool. That's funny. The other day I was ending the stream. I was looking for someone to raid, and in the first few rows there was no one. So I was like, oh, I'll scroll down a bit, see if one of my viewers streaming or some name I recognize. And then I see Breaky CPK streaming Arena. I'm like, huh, is that the same guy who I watched? Like, he's a Dota caster, and I like his. I don't know. He has a pretty good voice to cast. He has pretty good caster. Anyways, so I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I just raided him, and then he had no idea who I was. That was kind of funny. I didn't say anything. Someone eventually said something. I was like, it was kind of funny. What did Shaheen play? Shaheen played Esper. Yeah, he played Esper Control. It was not very good. We got like kind of an angle shoot story, I guess. Guy one calls a judge, opening knows he has pith and needle in hand. He asks loudly, "Can I name Dark Confident with Pithing Needle?" Judge says that he can legally. Guy casts Pithing Needle. Opening has a counter but lets it resolve. Guy names Polluted Delta. Genius or Grifter? I'd say Grifter. Like, you go out of your way. That's kind of shitty, honestly. I'm not a fan. What should I discard? Should I discard Mountain? Kind of a close one. Federal Island. I don't know. Hopefully. How many 4-mana red cards do I have? I'm just going to discard Mountain, but I'm not sure it's correct. Get Smart says, I am opposed to almost all mind tricks that involve the use of other people. That's actually alright, I have 5 minutes left. That's actually a pretty good roll, I guess. I'm sure you could find exceptions or leagues, but that's a good point. If you can't do the mind game on Moto, it's too far. So what would be the equivalent of... So you couldn't do LSV's thing on Moto. I don't know. Maybe I should have played Discovery for an island first, so that next turn I can play Sizzle. Yikes. It's a lot of damage. Alright, I should have played Discovery first last turn. I could try and race. Hope he runs out of steam. No, I need to play Discovery now. Should have played it last turn. Jeez. Remember that Mountain I discarded, guys? Wow. Well, that was an awful play. Awkward. I think discarding Mountain was reasonable. I just felt like I got pretty unlucky. Alright, looks like I'm dead. Kind of sucks. I probably win this game if I don't discard Mountain. Maybe my play was a bit greedy because I get punished so hard, but I don't know. That was like... Especially with Sizzle in hand, you discard a spell, then you draw a land, then you have to discard another spell, then you float out, then you lose. That's kind of a close call. Alright, that's what I get for misclicking my standard match. The Conquer, 7 months in a row is the sub, the tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, buddy. Have ever F6 to make it look like I'm F6ing and then remove F6 to hook them in? Nah, I have not, but I've definitely like click really fast, make it look like an F6, but not actually use F6. Hey, not sure I'd say your name. I know you're King Arts BFF. I'm not gonna butcher your name. Honey, thanks for the raid. Welcome, guys. Playing some standard. Playing the list that went knee. Okay. Like in Monty Python. Yeah, are your subs just knights? The knights who say knee? Cool. I'm playing the list that went 10-0. That was played by some French players and tuned by French players. I didn't test with them, but we're the fam. Knights that say knee will be the knight that say okay, bang. I don't remember exactly what it is. Something like that, right? Alright, this is another tricky hand. So I kept, what did I keep earlier? I kept 1 drop, Jin, dive down. I think that's reasonable. I think this hand's actually a mulligan. If I had like any spell, any non-1 drop spell, but instead of an island, I would probably keep, but I think this is bad. Yeah. And obviously gonna bottom. No need for a Furland just yet. If he doesn't kill our Siren, I have a decent draw. Modern playable card, Charter Course in hand, Snape. Pretty much. I think you just attack here and play Charter Course. Winning the die roll against White Weenie is huge. White Weenie's pretty bad matchup, I think. Frenchies seem to think that the matchup is okay with Sideboard, etc., but I'm not sure. All right, let's see. He's gonna know they're gonna know I have Trickster. Question is, do I attack with Siren Stormtamer? You're kind of the control deck in that spot, I think. And Siren's not very good against the white red deck, so I think you just want to say go and like trade with Sky Marcher. If they play Marshall, I can go counter, block, dive down my dude. If they play a Hawk, I can just say okay. Alright. That's fine. Yeah, what about now? They have another Crusade effect. It's gonna be pretty rough. Monson Blue says, I think this matchup is pretty even. Yeah. I think they didn't have the Diamond Mare in the sideboard. I think 1 or 2 Diamond Mare is pretty good in this matchup. Games go long. If you have Diamond Mare on turn 2, it's going to gain you like 10 life or something. Attacking was only Vanguard. That's kind of weird. So when you Trickster a Vanguard, it becomes a 1/1 because it loses its ability. And also, if you try to put an indestructible shield on it, it'll lose that, so don't do it. Just quit while you're behind, take your loss. Sure. Seems pretty spewy. Pretty happy with that exchange. Um. All right, looking pretty good. Actually, they have like very little pressure. As long as they don't draw a Crusade or Reinforcement, I need to dodge a lot. But basically, I need them not to have a payoff card, and I'm in decent shape. One of the expensive cards in their deck. If they draw like land or like 1-drops for another couple turns, I'm probably gonna win. Tribunal, that's fine. Actually pretty good because it gives me a free turn of blocking too. It's like counter his spell and tempo because now I have a 2/4 blocker, so they don't have a profitable attack. That's kind of nice. That was a great draw. I think I can just attack with both. 5, 8. Put the pressure on. I'm probably gonna draw. I guess I don't know why I said that. I could play it right away. I might just save me a mana, which might make the difference next turn. Trying to think of a scenario where I don't want to do that. I think it's like almost... I think it's like a free roll to just play it right away. He went for the damage, I guess. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to block the hog there or the 2-power guy. I think 2-power guy's better. And the longer the game goes, the better it is for me. Oh, Jin. Genie to Jin. Counterspell will do as well. I'll keep any spell. Oh yeah, I never updated Jeskai Control. I never updated the Stream Decker. It was... I'm gonna have a new program, by the way, that replaces Stream Decker soon, and sounds pretty sweet. As it's basically Stream Decker, except you're going to be able to like click on the cards and buy them right. It's going to link you to like websites so you can buy the cards. It's like, I don't know if you guys know Ace and Adeuce, Marcus Long. He's like, he plays on the PT, he watches the stream, and he works for a startup that made that program. And I don't know if Searchmare is part of their sideboard plan. I don't know how they're sideboarding in that matchup, but yeah, he made it sound like it was just a like upgraded Stream Decker basically. So I'm going to be using that soon. How do you sideboard in this matchup? I think Warkite's kind of bad because it's 2-mana sorcery. I guess Chart of course is slow. Dive down, I feel, is kind of good. Maybe not 4. Surge Mare is good versus small aggro creatures. Yeah, it should be right. Workite did work this game, but Workite is... I feel like Workite is just good when you're ahead. And it's pretty bad when you're behind. But 2 power is nice. When you're bringing in 2 sleep... That's my problem with Surge Mare. It's kind of a non-bow with sleep, because it doesn't attack. And turn you cast sleep, it attacks for 0 damage. So, I'm not sure if I want to play that game. I could see boarding out some Heralds. Like, Surge Mare plays really poorly with Exclusion Mage and Sleep, so I don't think I'm going to bring in Surge Mare. Maybe to just do that? I don't know. I didn't ask them their sideboard plan. I should have. Spell Pierce seems like it might be good too. Counters a lot of their good cards. I think I like Spell Pierce against the white deck. I think I want all these cards. Maybe cut another dive down. Maybe only board out 2 Heralds. Alright, that looks pretty good. Why is Mare even in the sideboard? They said they liked it against Black Green, actually. Which kind of makes sense. Like, the way Black Green beats you a lot of time is just curving out into a 4-3 Ranger and a Midnight Reaper. So you have a blocker, and the game goes long, and then you just kill them with Surge Mare? I don't know. That's what they said. Sounds not the greatest. I think I have to keep, though. Welcome back. Did you enjoy Atlanta? It was fun, honestly. For how bad I did and how bad our team did, I felt like my level of happiness was pretty high. Do I have Essence Scatter in my sideboard? Oops. Yeah, Essence Scatter might be good, yeah. But you have the bounce spells. Probably awkward to have too many counter spells and bounce spells. But I could see Essence Scatter over Warkite Marauder, for instance. History of Benalia beats. Please attack. Okay. One man can hope. One man can dream. It's kind of a tricky one. By the way, I like the interview you did. Thanks, yeah. I actually didn't watch it live. I caught it a bit later. I should share it on Twitter, I guess. That was pretty cool. Like, the crew, BDM and his crew came on Tuesday and interviewed me, and BDM was pretty excited. He said it turned out great, and yeah, it was pretty sweet. Obviously, that was really cool. You know, I mean, I love doing interviews and stuff. It's fun, and obviously it can't hurt, and yeah, they did a good job. It was pretty cool. I've also heard Surge Mare is good against Mono Red. Yeah, heard that too. I didn't have Surge Mare in my sideboard at the GP. I tried it a tiny bit. Didn't seem like the greatest card, but it's probably fine. Alright. So if I tap out and have something like a Loxodon, it might be rough. I think I'm just going to play Tempest Djinn. This way, if they have a removal spell, it's going to take up their turn. I don't know, none of my options. And this way, if they play a Loxodon, I get to bounce the token after it's been pumped. So I think that was reasonable. The History Gang is going to be a lot of damage. Let's see. There's not much I can do about it. Trying to decide if I want to opt first. Try and hit that land drop. I think it's kind of bad. So if I exclusion mage a token, that's not that bad for me. Do I want to attack with Jin? I can double block a Marshall. I don't think this game's going to be a race. But I don't know, I do have 2 sleeps in my deck, so maybe... No, I have to say go. Plus this guy just eats the token. Attacking is just straight up terrible. When does Karn come in? I'm assuming control. I think I brought it in against black-green in round 2. Looks like they might have pride, but I guess I eat a token at least. It takes 2 mana. It's not like I mean, I'm trading 2 for 1 if they have pride, which is, I guess I'm eating a token, so it's kind of a 2 for 2. It's not great, but I think it's fine. I mean, if they don't have pride, I think it's a pretty good trade for me. Why'd you side out against black green? Warkite Marauder is pretty bad. What else did I board out? Maybe a sleep when you're on the play because you're not as worried about Carnage Tyrant. Maybe like free Warkite. I don't like exclusion mage against black green, so that's 4. Yeah, these 4 cards, and maybe the sleep when you're on the play. Trickster on Marshall is great though. I think it's much worse than just playing exclusion mage. Oh, that's what they had. Response Resurgence. Alright, fair enough. I'm honestly not a huge fan of free Warkite Marauders in that deck. I'm not sure it's correct. I was actually, when I was testing, I was like cutting them. I kind of like Anticipate. Like the deck kind of has 36 good cards. It's those last 3 slots. It has like 37 good cards. I think the 1 mage is nice, the 1 sleep is nice, the couple of chart of course are good. They went down to 1 spell pierce, which is interesting. I was not a huge fan of spell pierce either. They have 1 main, 1 sideboard. I think that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, I'm gonna need some power here because they have Danto flipped. Not sure how to beat that. What do you think of more chart of course? I think I've tried more and it was a bit too much. I think 2 is kind of good. Is there a better feeling than top decking Mistcloak Herald on turn 6? A few. Murder seems like that's its best against Is It, yeah. Is It? Sometimes the Angel deck too. All right. I'm not sure how I feel about their attack with Vanguard there. It's close. Probably close for them. I mean, Trickster is going to be good at some point. It's kind of rough for me to use Trickster to eat a token when they have a Vanguard in play. I need an obsession to start. Well, it's a pretty bad feeling to draw sleep now. I mean, it's gonna buy me some time at least, but obviously don't need that dive down. I guess I'm not in a... Yeah, I'm in a pretty bad spot. I need to draw Selective Snare, I guess. That'd be a good one. But even that wouldn't be that great. Hey, Genie the Gin. Genie says, I'm sad none of the top 8 Boros decks have Chance for Glory. Yeah, it's not the best card in the mirror match is the problem. And it's not a very good sideboard card. You board it out a lot. So... Give me a sec. Yeah, don't really want to talk to him. I thought I was Liz, but I was like actually answered, and I was like, hey, what's up, Liz, or whatever, but it wasn't. Just like, anyways, yeah, it was my old internet provider, and I don't have anything to say to them, anyways. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna call back, but did not do a very good job at trying to keep me happy, and their service was kind of garbage. Chance for Glory. Chance for Glory was really good for me in the first 10 times I drew it. Started getting a bit worse later in testing. It's a pretty good card. People Pride of Conqueror is probably better, and Make a Stance probably better, etc. I'm not sure how I win this game. Seems like that's a little too little, too late. Alright, GG. How good would a reprint of Cloudfin Raptor be in this deck? What does Raptor do? It starts as an 0-1, then gets +1/+1. How much better than a Herald would it be? 0-1. I don't know, it'd be probably better than Herald, right? Maybe not by a lot. I don't think Warcat Marauder is what the matchups is about. I think I like Essence Scatter, Herald. Kind of like Chart a Course on the play. I still think the Surgemare strat is not a winning strat. I'm actually going to cut a sleep. I mean, it's for that matchup, but it's bad when you fold behind. I don't know. No, I'm going to keep him at 2 sleeps. I need to do Heroic Reinforcement either game, but I still think Spell Pierce is decent. You guys think they're going to reprint some... You guys think whatever that keyword is going to be the Simic keyword, maybe? Could be. It's tough with this deck. You never know if you want to be all in on the Obsession plan and keep in all the dive downs and stuff. Like, dive down's good at blocking too. I think dive down maybe should just... All the dive downs should be in. Maybe Spell Pierce is just... I mean, counters a lot of stuff, but it's also dead a lot of the time. He even brought in a Johnny. I probably should have Spell Pierce in my deck. It's kind of tough. 4 cards. Evolve. Evolve could be good. Yeah, I legit don't know what to cut. Alright, let's go. Mulligan gas bag. What is the gas bag reference from? It's from, I think it's from Bill Filmath, like the Phil Hellmuth spoof videos. They're like literally 20 years old or something. Jeez. Jahikoi, where are you, man? I think another line would have been like put one obsession on Trickster, maybe. Last turn. That was a really good draw. I like that. Seems like kind of a bad block, but who knows. Hmm. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's kind of a tricky spot. I could play like a second obsession, kind of force a chum block in some ways. I think playing a second obsession is good. And then if they block, I can play a miscloak and put an obsession on it right away. You guys wanted me to just bounce the vamp? Bouncing the vamp sounds decent. I think my line's pretty good though. It's pretty bad if you have Conclave Tribunal. Should I block here? Why are they attacking? Why are they not... One white, one red. I kind of want to block. Is there anything that can trick me here? I don't think so. I really want to block. Oh, fuck it. Nice. The very first game I played at the GP, around 4, I had 4 obsessions in play. There was a turn where I drew 4 cards of obsession. It was nice. I just did it again. Land? Nice. It's gonna be a lot of damage, but they're getting low as well. Let's see. Probably just play Exclusion Mage on Marshall. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I don't do that and add like Reinforcement or something, that's just so much damage. Obsession stacks? Yeah, of course. Integrity? Oh yeah, +2/+2. Oh yeah, no one plays that. Exclusion Mage or block or go? How much damage is Reinforcement? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20? I have to block? Alright, I'll just play Exclusion Mage, I guess. Looks like maybe they have an Ajani in hand, maybe a second Marshall, maybe Reinforcement. I really do think a Diamond Mirror or 2 would be pretty nice for this matchup. This blocks well, it gains you like 10 life or something. Alright, it's a bit clunky. Did you try a mostly red Boars version? No. All the white decks, white-red decks I've tried were white-based. I think if we had played White Weenie, I think we would have had like a couple Aurelia in the sideboard. It did sound pretty good. Let's see what's the play here. My hand doesn't do much. I guess I just attack was the one miscloaked. Curse Obsession doesn't fall off as long as you attack with one guy. It doesn't have to be the creature that's enchanted. That's a pretty good draw. Trickster, Exclusion Mage, blah blah blah. They're at 6. I think I just do that. Just play a 1/1, have Trickster plus either Dive Down or Spell Pierce. Should be fine. Would you have played a Reinforcement? Yeah, 100%. I think not playing Reinforcement is a mistake. I think that's why they did poorly as a team. LSV obviously did great, but I think overall it was a mistake. Yeah, I would have. We were considering like cutting like 1 maybe. There's a lot of matchups where you board it out because it gets worse after sideboard. It's a card that gets worse when your opponent has more spot removal and sweepers and all that stuff. I mean, it's still really good against Jeskai control, but against black green that brings in more cheap cards, more removal, Wild Growth Walker and stuff. Kind of gets a bit worse after sideboard, but I think it's pretty amazing game 1 card. Why not play a Stormtamer? You make a valid point. I think I probably should have, yeah. I was thinking unblockable, but flying's kind of the same thing at this point. Could have definitely made an argument for using the Spell Pierce there as well. Oh, they have 0 cards in hand, never mind. I didn't even realize that 0 cards in hand. Alright, looks like it's GG. Yeah, I mean, their draws were not very good. They're just dead, right? Sovereign Sentry seems like hard to board out versus Mono Blue. I don't know. He blocks Trickster. It's not like their other 1-drops are amazing. But maybe, yeah. Hey, Blind Nabbler. You're going to get your wish, man. You're going to get the blue deck. Had Saltai in the chat earlier. He said he picks the jersey. And Wolftree wanted the draft deck, so I might send the stuff when I'm in the States for Christmas. Just easier. But I don't know. So yeah. Shoot me a PM on Twitch with your address so I can sign. Do you want me to sign the cards, or it's a bit tedious, but I'll do it. For you, I'll do it. Sign every card of the deck. What's Mono Blue's bad matchup? I think it's bad against white. Like, this guy hit a Johnny after sideboard against me, which seems suboptimal. There's spots where you want a Johnny because you want your Vanguard to be 4 powers and your guys to be 4 powers so you can attack into Tempest Djinn, but you already have Marshall and Loxodon. Alright, I'll sign the cards. And what did I want to say? I think it's... I would have to play a lot against black. A good player was a good list playing black-green. I think black-green might actually be really close. But I don't know, the French players who tuned the deck, played the deck, said they were happy with the white matchup. I'm still like... not sure. Also the Drake deck. I didn't play the Drake deck, the Drake matchup at all. Or very little. I'm assuming the Drake matchup is bad. They have Shock, they have Drakes. I mean, the Warkite helps, but... I would assume Drake matchup's really hard. I'll keep. Murph says I was 6-1 was Drake versus Blue. Yeah, that makes sense. I beat it at the GP. I felt like I got lucky. I think that was the one matchup. I played it online a couple times, actually. I think it was 1-1 maybe in my testing, but it felt kind of bad. Exclusion Mage against Mono Red. It's pretty bad. But it's a spell. Like, it's a spell that trades was a 2-2, so it's not that bad. I think I just have to keep it. And I think I'm just supposed to play Marauder into Chain Whirler. That's kind of interesting. I'll just say go. Why I know in PT? Because I wake up drunk, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know what I did in the draft. It was bad. What do you think will be my next tournament? I think I don't plan on going to any GPs until the next PT. Hit work. Alright, hopefully they're not running Lava Call in their main deck, because that's just going to be probably too much to overcome to have Lava Call for my Tempest Djinn. Didn't you get the memo that Mono Blue had the worst win rate of all the decks at the PT? Conversion rate? I don't know. I didn't see that stat. Do you have the link? Is that the conversion rate? I know. I think the Frenchies just did terrible in draft. It was just classic, like kind of what I did. I mean, I still play like 40 or 50 drafts, but not as many as I should have. I think that's probably #1 mistake people make testing for the PT. Just playing way too much constructed and not enough drafts. Well, I know for a fact at least one of the Frenchie was sitting next to me in round 4 or 5, and he went 0-3 in draft. I know Dajan went 1-2 in draft. So these conversion rate stats, you need to take them with a grain of salt. Oh, that's bad. Did I mess up? Yeah, that was just awful. I don't know, I was just distracted, I guess. Well, at least I have kind of a sweet combo, but there's just... if I don't draw Djinn like exactly next turn, I just lose for sure. I don't know, I think they said their record was really good with the blue deck, but obviously when you have someone who goes 10-0, it's going to help your win rates. I feel like I should just save my dive down. Frenchies were playing Jeskai Control. Some of them were, yeah. Some of them were playing Jeskai Control. Some of them were playing the white-red deck Designy played. That's what Levy played. And some of them were playing Mono Blue. Alright, I guess I kind of have to save him, or else I'm just gonna... I mean, I'm just super... I'm not even sure why I'm playing this game. I kind of want to scoop, honestly. They're just... He even has Lava Call in his main deck. Yeah, I'm just gonna scoop, whatever. I kind of made... Blocking was a pretty bad mistake. What was the face deck? It was Jeskai Drake. It was the blue-red Is it Drake decks, flashing white for Clarion. That's what most of the team played. I think it was pretty good. They cut like, the Lava Calls and the Beacon Bolt for free Clarion in the main deck, and had Invoke the Divine. I think it was their only white sideboard card. I think their deck was pretty good. I don't want to sideboard in this matchup. I feel like I want all the counter spells. I think that's kind of how I sideboarded against Etienne at the GP, and I think it might be correct. Like maybe all the counter spells. This guy survives the Fiery Cannonade, but he dies to Chain Wheeler. So sleep's pretty bad. I guess Exclusion Mage is kind of whatever. I'm gonna try that. First team's mono red list had 4 Lava Calls main, yeah. How did Etienne change his deck? Etienne did great again with his deck. 7 wins, 8 wins. The GP winner. Let's see what he changed. His main deck was -1 Firebrand, +1 Lava Call, compared to his GP lists. And his sideboard had a Spyglass that he didn't have at the GP, I think. Alright, this hand's pretty bad. Even if I draw lands, it doesn't do much. Alright, well, that happens with the deck. Hey Sasha, what's up, buddy? Oh, did you guys hear about the changes? You're going to be able to qualify for the PT playing Pauper. I was thinking, I kind of want to try even harder next year. Like this year I did pretty bad in the mocks and stuff, but maybe next year I'll try hard and stream with like a hand hider the mocks, and maybe just record them and not stream them so I can focus. Definitely mono blue at the PT now. I should have played anything. I don't know. I went 0-3 in draft. I played a white green explorer. Thought it was pretty reasonable. I thought deck was going to be good against white and black green, and oh, click the upkeep step, then click through it. Nice. Wow. True Monson. Well, that was awkward. I guess if they have a shock, if they have an instant speed burn spell, it doesn't matter. They get to put the counter on what's his face anyways. Come on, land. Oh, land. Nope. Should I attack? Attacking. Alright, let's see if I can get it right this time. Yay. I think streaming was a 10-minute delay is the best option. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I think most of you guys like the delay better anyways. And just ignore chat. That draw didn't really pan out. Thanks, bud. Kind thing to say. Thanks, Iron Soup. Yeah, congrats, man. Congrats to you. Congrats to me. I managed to keep you hooked for a full year. I must be doing something right. Thanks for the support, buddy. Auntie wants to know when we go back to Modern. Maybe after Thanksgiving weekend. I think there's a standard mocks. There's like GP Milwaukee, and there's a standard mocks. I know some of you guys have RPTQs. I think are modern RPTQs. So I'd probably mix in some modern like before that anyways. But yeah, soonish. All right, looks like this game is over. Did I just F6 for my turn? Well, that makes it easy. All right, GG's. That's pretty impressive. I don't know how that happened. Did I hear about the changes to the Mox event? Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I like it. Sounds like they're not abandoning Magic Online quite yet, and they're still trying to improve it, so that's always good to see. I actually need a quick break. I'll be right back. See if we can finish on a positive note here. I'm gonna spam you with some ads, obviously. Yellow Hat Shell. Be right back. Sure, what happened? Am I actually running the ads? I don't think so. Alright, I'll click that button again. Oh, maybe it's already running? Oh, who knows? Monson Blue says hand screen superior to delay. I think you're in the minority. Probably do delay. I was streaming with delay. I was getting a lot of viewers the one time. Almost seemed like you guys like it better when I don't interact with you guys. All right, we've got spoiled art already. Zorius Locket, Grohl Locket. Nice. Got myself some chorizo. Pretty good. That was pretty bad. I didn't remember that Merce place being there 2 years ago either. That was funny. What did I bring back from the States? I brought back some Tupperware. I brought back 4 cans of pumpkin to make a pumpkin pie for not Halloween, the other one, Thanksgiving. I brought back some French yellow mustard. The Finks. Thanks for the sub, buddy. Do people ever ask you if you're John Finkel? Probably. Alright, you just jam Obsession there. I'm so far behind, you just have to jam and pray. It's part of playing the deck. I know Tupperware. I'm sure you can find Tupperwares here, but maybe not as good. I brought back some Sour Patch Kids for Liz. What else? Brought back all my awesome face-to-face games gear. The stuff's really sweet. The backpack looks good. Can't wait to see the jersey. Jersey was the only thing missing because, I don't know, they've had trouble with manufacturers, but... Pumpkin puree. Yeah, I mean, it's pumpkin and, yeah. Sure, whatever, you know, the cans you use to make pumpkin pie, but not the mixed ones. I don't think you want the mixed ones, right? Because they're already, like, sweetened and stuff. Oh yeah, I did bring back a jar of peanut butter. We had a bunch of peanut butter already, so I only bought one thing of peanut butter. What does my partner do for a living? She works for a school. She was in charge of Erasmus program and planning. Now she's changing jobs. She got recruited to be in charge of the planning of like a group of 4 schools. Can I win this game? What's the play here? Siren Trickster or another Jin? I think maybe just another Jin. And hope they don't have the kill. Kind of screwed either way, I think. Thing is, if I play Siren, Ambush Drake, and then bring back a Phoenix or something, or play another Drake, I'm falling even further behind. I don't think I can win this game either way. Did we win the PT? Not close. Did I Chick-fil-A? No. I vote with my dollars. I don't need that Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A's CEO is a bigot. It actually makes it's funny that you asked that because it upsets me anytime. I mean, if you eat there, whatever, but at least don't promote it on social media like Ben S. I don't get it for people that are. Yeah, my teammates were making fun of me because I was pretty. I was getting upset. Everyone. I even think like Lily was eating at Chick-fil-A. Maybe she doesn't know. It was bad. So no, I did not eat at Chick-fil-A. Did I eat at Murph's? Nah. I didn't really have any good meals this trip. We just went to Target. I bought some groceries. We ate out once. We wanted to go to Maggiano's, which is like kind of a nicer Italian place. You know, maybe like $50 for a meal, but that too much weight. So we just went to B-Dubs. We just went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Another one. I didn't even get good barbecue, which is kind of a pity when you're in the South. I don't know how good barbecue is in Atlanta, but I mean, any barbecue is probably good barbecue. Why did Murphdog get timeout for that? What the hell? Oh, you made some bad joke. I didn't read. I thought he actually said why Chick-fil-A was bad. Classic Murph Dogs. Am I winning this game? Nah, I'm at free. Alright, let's see. Oh, they have a flip searched. Man, if I had a Mulligan to 5, if I had one more land, I'd be in okay shape. So I can play Jin and trade and hope these two kill him, or I can play Trickster. I think maybe it's better to play Jin first and then Trickster just for casting cost. I'm not sure though. I'm gonna go with Jin first. The thing says, beat-ups is great. Their Thai curry and dessert heat wings are my goods. Apparently, one of my teammates, apparently Shaheen Sarani is a beat-ups expert and goes there every week. He told me to get the wrap. I didn't want to get actual wings. I got the buffalo chicken ranch wrap or something. It was pretty good. Beat up's pretty good, but oh, I'm just dead. Oh. We had to wait a lot, though. I didn't get 20. I've been to beat-ups before. I've had their wings. They're fine. The quality's not the greatest, but... I did get like fried chicken, fried crispy chicken. It was just in a wrap. It was really good, too. Alright, I think Spell Pierce is good. It's Marauders for that matchup. Maybe Exclusion Mage. Exclusion Mage checks candidate. Sleep is out. Maybe you don't want to overdo it with Exclusion Mage, but you probably do want some. Let's see. Syncopate seems reasonable. Exclusion Mage seems reasonable. Even Karn might be reasonable. Counter spells. Yeah. What do you guys think? Looks like I got in the wrong side of the argument on Twitter too. I was trying to defend Twitch chat during big tournaments, but looks like I was wrong. I don't know. I give people too much credit. I tried to defend it, but it looks like I'm just in the wrong. I'm assuming the other side is overreacting, but I'm also assuming the other side is right and I'm wrong. Like, people who call Twitch chat a cesspool is probably a bit extreme, but... Yeah, I think it was a decent mods. It should be fine because overall Twitch chat for Magic I think is good. Like 95+% of people, maybe 99% of people who watch. I don't know. I just feel like Twitch chat's a big part of Twitch. That's literally what makes Twitch special, is the Twitch chat. But I do agree that during big events, it's different. Let's say it's different. Maybe Obsession is kind of bad against them. I need to decide though. I'm gonna board out an Obsession. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna board out Tricksters. That's probably bad as well. I have 4 seconds left. Alright, this is... Oops, breaking my mic. I have no clue how to sideboard in this matchup. When they put Bertoncini or Marcio on Twitch, chat is pure LSV fire. Thing is, when you have so many people in a chat, then it gets so hard to have like a meaningful conversation. So it just like turns into a big hive mind, which can still be okay and fun if people are being respectful and stuff. I mean, it's still fine to like spam emotes. I don't know. I'm just gonna say go, not run into their shock, I guess. Chat for large events should just be emote only all the time. Sounds kind of good. Yeah, just go with Obsession here. It's questionable, but I don't have great lines. Like saying go as a counter spell up when I'm missing land drops is probably not a winning line. Playing Warkite Marauder is probably reasonable. Maybe it's a better line. Just so good if I draw a land, I'm in pretty good shape, I think. I don't know. Maybe that was an optimal. Oh, I'm loving it. Shock? Wow. Opponent must be desperate. Oh, that worked out. That's pretty ambitious. I guess if they're stuck on 2 lands and have nothing better to do. Oh, I thought I had the Electromancer in play. I was trying to cast Chart, of course, for 1 mana. Nope. This is pretty tempting. 2 cards. Oh man. Plus then it's pretty easy for them to play 2 spells. That was a radical idea already. Trying to think. They have to counter that. It's kind of damn if you do, damn if you don't, honestly. Alright, the attack was Phoenix. I didn't really expect that. It's kind of nice. Lets me play an Exclusion Mage. Now I even drew Dive Down. So now that's tempting. Jin is tempting. Chart of Course is tempting. They're at 11, I'm at 13. It's kind of a tough one. I think playing Marauder is reasonable. Exclusion Mage is probably the worst option. You just have to cast Chart of Course. I think I'm Chart of Course. I need lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can say Ghost Counterspell. I think playing the 1/1 is reasonable too. I'm gonna say go though. Senna, thanks for the resub, buddy. Appreciate the support. And guys, you can do like Senna if you have Amazon Prime. You get that free Twitch Prime sub every month, so make sure you use it, you know. Whether it's support my stream or someone else's stream, don't let it go to waste. Alright, this game's looking pretty good. I'll link the full video in chat for those of you who are unfamiliar with it. It's pretty gas, pretty awesome. Got it from one of my viewers who lived in Japan. He just saw it on TV, I guess. My stream was forever changed. All right, we got there. Answer the messages. Where's my mono blue deck guide? I actually didn't play mono blue at the PT. I played White Green Explorer. And so I don't have. I'm just playing the list from the Frenchies. I'm not sure if there's a mono blue guide out there. Maybe I'll do one. I don't think the deck is especially good, but maybe it is. Alright, I get another 2 minutes 30 to figure out my sideboard strats. Freelance 7 mana. Freelance? I don't get the reference, but appreciate the support, buddy. Relax, relax. Man. Keep or Mulligan. It's not the worst hand. 4 lands is a lot, though. We kind of want to draw lands. Like 4 or 5. Hey Matt, loved my video. All piece they did on me. Yeah, it was pretty cool. The Murph dog. Keep or mull 4 lands. I'm gonna mulligan. Alright, looks like we got rewarded with a better hand. Not sure it's going to be good enough, but there's hope. Any tips for Mulligan? Mulliganing. Mulliganing is a big part of the deck. You should keep a hand. I mean, if you don't have... Usually you want your hand to have like an obsession or a couple lands and a djinn. You want your hand to do something. I know it's pretty vague, but... Basically, when you have 3 lands, 4 spells, your hand is almost always going to be keepable. Or if you have 2 lands, 5 spells, your hand is almost always going to be keepable. Sometimes it's not going to be great, but you just have to keep them and hope you draw. I think at the GP I had 1 land where I had 2 lands and 5 spells that I mulliganed. I'll give you an example, I guess. Thanks, Horse. Thanks for the support via the Stay Hydrated bot. Appreciate, buddy. Thank you so much. So yeah, I was on the draw. I had 2 islands. I think maybe it was in the corridors. I think I knew what I was playing against, or maybe not. Anyways, I had 2 islands. You're basically almost always gonna keep a 2-land, 5 spell hand, but my hand was 2 lands, 3 of the 1-drops, like 2 Siren and a 1/1. I had a Dive Down and a Spell Pierce, maybe 2 Dive Downs, but yeah. Basically, if you have too many 1/1s for 1s, your hand is probably bad. Because they get worse. They obviously get worse in multiples. And then when you have Dive Down and Siren, these cards kind of do the same thing in some matchups. But I don't know. For instance, I would probably keep a hand of... if you have 3 lands, 2 Trickster, and 2 Wizard's Retort, you don't have Djinn, you don't have Obsession, but you have a bit of Sustain, I guess. You have cards that trade 1 for 1. But, I probably wouldn't keep like 3 lands, 2 1/1, and 2 Wizard's Retort. I guess it depends which 1/1s. At least Siren enables turn 2 Wizard's Retort. I'd probably keep like 2 Sirens, 2 Wizard's Retort, 3 lands, and hope to draw a Djinn or an Obsession. But it's definitely tough. It's kind of a tricky spot. Gonna wait a turn. You probably have a handful of removal spells. Can you describe the good bad matchups? I'm not sure. I haven't played the deck that much, and I haven't played it in the last couple of weeks. Basically, I haven't played it since the GP, but I think black-green is a good matchup. I think white-weenie is probably unfavorable, but the Frenchies said it was favorable in their testing. I think mono-red is really close, probably a slight underdog. I think Jeskai Control is probably pretty close, depends on their list. I think maybe your slight favorites. I think the Jeskai Drake deck, I think, is probably a bad matchup. I haven't played it a ton. Seems like it should be bad. I mean, that's the major decks. Do you always try to protect the first creature or the most evasive one? I mean, usually you want to protect Jin, but Jin or your guy with obsessions, your creatures don't matter. Your other creatures don't matter. Alright, I need a spell. Oh, looks like we lose. Alright. Hiya! That was interesting. That was my opening hand, right? 2 lands. I drew 7 lands in a row. Okay, good beats. What did I play at the PT? I played the white-green Explore deck. Was a free path of discoveries in the main. You know, kind of Wild Ghost Walker, etc. Alright, this is looking pretty grim. Yeah. He's probably wondering what I have in hand. I didn't have a counter spell. I didn't have a dive down. I don't have a creature. Alright, I'm just going to scoop. Alright, it's the last game of the day, or of the stream. I'm going to play it out. I'm not sure why though. Opt. This is where Opt is good. Well, I have 4 Opts in my deck, but... Yeah, I've seen lists without Opt. I think it's a mistake when you have, you know, Obsession and Jin in your deck. Then you have to play more lands. I think Opt's pretty good. Sometimes it's annoying to have to spend the 1 mana, but I think it makes the deck better overall. Just discarding melodies. Nice. I don't even know why I'm playing this game. I guess maybe I can protect the Jin, but they're gonna kill me so fast. Maybe I can set up if I draw. Do I have Charter Course in my deck, or did I board them out? I boarded out Charter Course. I can't even draw Charter Course to like recycle a land. Hey, Cribber. All right, GG's. I mean, it's the deck. It's what it does. It's like the aggressive decks in the format are not very stable. White Tweenie will, you know, your deck will do that sometimes as well. I had a few chesties that save for a rainy day. A Brood Butcher. Flame. Let's see chesties. What should I have played at the PT? Martial Coup. That's kind of like white-green tokens Explore. Bristling Hydra. Black-green? Only top left card counts. Play points. I wish. Cribber, yeah. Someone 110-0 was Mono Blue. That was the list I was playing. Sounds pretty good. Is that worth anything? E-Price. Arcan of Valor's Reach. 2 cents. Good old 2 cents chest. We have the player rewards. Fortune's Favor. Chrome by Witches. That card was pretty cool. That was like when I started playing Magic. That card was playable, believe it or not. Where did it go? Where did my last bag go? Oh, visual bug. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I'm not convinced they made the deck better by adding more Marauders. I mean, it's pretty questionable. Basically, my GP list had -1 Marauder plus 1 Spell Pierce, and -1 Exclusion Mage plus 1 Essence Scatter. And my sideboard was a bit different. I think the deck's fine, but nothing special. Anyways, I'm gonna see who's streaming. Give someone the good old raid. I'll be back tonight. I think I'm gonna try the other 10-0 deck list tonight. I'm gonna try the Pascal Virenza Drake deck that has been, I think he did well at the GP with his brother, and then he went 10-0 at the PT, so should be pretty interesting. Hopefully I can play it properly. Partner streamer. Wow, PT talk. Oh, I met Hellcat at the the PT this weekend. She's from Atlanta. That's cool. Oh, Lily is streaming too. All right, G-Man, I saw him, but I didn't see him actually. All right, Lily. Lily probably has some good PT stories for you guys. 32 viewers, travesty. I mean, she probably just started streaming and she just got back, so. But yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.